What's up guys, today we are going to texture this stylized gun. I will share with you some of my tips for texturing, and we will also talk about some basic rules that you may use while texturing your stylized 3D models. So let's begin. So before starting commenting on my process, I would like to give you one advice. If you don't know where to start, if you don't know what you have to draw at first, please don't try to put any of your own ideas into your work, because maybe for now, maybe you don't have that much of experience, but you will after you will watch a lot of different tutorials. And the best way to practice your texturing skills is just to copy everything that you see in a tutorial, step by step, pixel by pixel. And I know I've read a lot of different comments on the internet where people say something like, don't copy everything step by step, like there's no use of it. You have to watch the tutorial and you have to take the knowledge of the tutorial and you have to implement it somehow. You are only the beginner, but somehow you have to implement those knowledge into your work. You have to make something new, something on your own using those knowledge. I don't say that it doesn't work. I'm sure it works for some people, but it never worked for me, to be honest. So that's why the easiest way for me was to just copy everything that I saw in the tutorial. And in the end, as a result, I got exactly the same work as I saw in the tutorial. So if we are texturing this gun right now, please copy and make exactly the same gun, make exactly the same scratches where I did them. Because for you, for now, it would be the easiest way of learning how to texture. And only after you will watch 10, like 20, 30 tutorials, only then you will start to have the idea in your head. The ideas will come to your mind by themselves of how this material should look like and how that material should look like. But for now, please, if you don't have that much of experience, just try to copy everything that you see on your screen. That's the easiest way, to my mind, to learn how to texture. And not only how to texture, this is the way how I learned 3D in general, like sculpting and other stuff, for topology and so on. So yeah, now I will start commenting on my process. And how do I start to texture everything? Actually, I'm using one smart material that we have in our studio, but I cannot share it with you right now, guys. At least for now, maybe in future, yes. But you can recreate the effect of this smart material by just taking the fill layer, then add black mask, then add generator light, and that's all. And now play with this generator. You have to create the basic shadows and basic highlights with this generator. That's all. We now have the basic texture. Now what I like to do is that I start to draw by hand the edges. I draw the edges and some basic highlights. I emphasize the highlights right now even more. As you can see right now on your screen, I'm drawing the highlights by hand. How do I know where to draw the highlights? Because I've watched many different tutorials, and now I have like a slight idea how this material should look like and how that material should look like. It's only about experience. Of course, you may learn a lot of different rules, but never worked for me. For me, it was much easier to just see the references. For example, right now, you see what I'm doing right now? I'm drawing some dark spots right on top of the gun. Why am I drawing them right now? Because once again, I saw many different references, and those were the references of similar guns from League of Legends, Ruined King, and I saw that practically all of them had this dark spot right above. And right now, I'm drawing the contact shadow. And the most important thing when you are drawing some lines like contact shadows or the edges, when you are emphasizing the edges, please don't draw them even, like straight, okay? Your lines don't have to be straight because it will look boring. It will look pretty boring and unprofessional. Your lines always have to have this variety of shapes along its whole length. That's how you make your textures look good. Right now, I just created another fill layer and the blending mode is overlay. And what am I doing right now is that I'm adding some additional colors into my work. And that's another rule. In texturing, you always have to add additional colors while texturing, because if it's like, for example, like I have right now, if it's just purple metal and it will remain like only purple metal, the only color here is purple, it's boring. To make your texture look more professional, you have to add additional colors. For this, you have to just Google color scheme, and that's all, and you will see which colors go together and which don't. Right now I'm drawing some scratches on the gun because the more details your texture has, the more good it will look. You always have to add some details like some additional reflections or draw some scratches or draw some rust. It will make your texture look richer. Now I'm adding some like grayish color on my bronze things. I think this is bronze, yeah? Anyway, orange metal. I add some grayish color on my orange metal because there is one rule that says that you have to use saturated colors and desaturated with them. It also makes your texture look better and more professional. Here I'm adding the additional color on my orange things. And what is important here, there are actually two ways of how you can add additional colors into your texture. The first way is you can take the fill layer, the blending mode is overlay, and you just draw here and there, adding some additional colors. Also, you can add additional colors with normal blending mode, not overlay, okay? Just a simple, ordinary layer. And you have to add additional colors into your shadows, because in general, there are no black shadows at all. They don't exist. Each shadow always has some kind of a color in it. Moreover, we have stylized textures right now, and so we have to even exaggerate this colorfulness in our shadows. So yes, that's why I took purple, because I know that purple goes together with orange. They go along together pretty well. That's why I added purple in the shadow. Once again, you can just Google some color schemes, and there you will see which colors go together. So here right now I'm drawing some additional reflections, some additional highlights because this silver thing that we have here is pretty boring and it's pretty flat, so I have to somehow emphasize this round shape of an object with my textures. For this, I'm drawing some additional shadows and lightning. And I will also draw some edges here, and we remember, we keep that in mind that the edges and our context shadows, they don't have to be even, they have to vary in shape along its whole length. Here I'm texturing the bottom parts of the gun, and I'm trying to show somehow with my textures that this part is round. And how am I showing this? If you want to texture some round objects like a tube, right? So just draw some dark spots at the bottom, add some dark color on top of it, and some light color, add some highlights in the middle, and that's how you make your tube look like a tube. Yo, I've been silent for too long. Missed me? So yeah, actually there's nothing left for me to comment on because right now I'm just repeating everything that I already mentioned. So we can go right now just quickly through all of the aspects, all of the main aspects that you have to keep in mind while texturing. You always have to add additional colors, either through overlay or into your shadows. You have to play with saturated and desaturated colors. All of your lines, they don't have to be straight. They always have to have some variety in shape. And remember that art is not an exact science. We don't have any strict schemes that we have to follow or some equations that we have to solve where there is only one solution that is possible. No, art is always unpredictable. There are no strict pipelines that you have to follow because each person has its own pipeline, and moreover, each person can have a different pipeline each time. So don't study art as an exact science because there are no strict rules. Experience is the only thing that matters. That's all. Bye.